Guys, welcome to another video. Today we're gonna start mine again. Yeah, again. For some reason my frames are okay. So let's get this over with. Let's see how much goes off on today. In the other video I'll show y'all how much ores I have in my chest. Oh, energy join the server and try to steal my stuff. Yeah, that's not gonna work.
Previously, the Eilish clone and the deepfake dance video generator. The idea was to use YouTube to motivate myself to get better at machine learning. I've been doing this for about half a decade, how to train AIs to play games. The current
Mining.
Artificial intelligence is an area of technology that excites and frightens people. We have seen AI develop tremendously over the years from just being an idea to beating some of the best players in chess. AI seems to be getting more and more advanced and is being applied to more things than ever before. Companies like Mojang have been doing academic projects with using AI in Minecraft, amongst other projects integrating artificial intelligence with games. This naturally brings up the question, could AI one day speedrun games better than a human could? But before we get into today's video, please subscribe to my channel if you're new. Certain things. We are seeing computers outperform humans like memorizing information and reaction times. Whereas humans have creativity on their side that computers do not possess. A computer can figure out complex mathematical equations instantly, but would struggle to make a cool piece of art, for example. Speedrunning requires a lot of game knowledge, concepts, and creative thinking that a computer would naturally struggle with. There is the subsection of speedrunning named tool-assisted speedrunning, which is basically giving a computer specific frame-by-frame instructions as to how to play a game. These are runs where the speedrun is not limited by what a human can do, and frame-perfect tricks that would be impossible for a live run are possible with TAS. For example, the speedrun record for Minecraft set C category is 2 minutes and 15 seconds, whereas the tool-assisted speedrun category is under 30 seconds. Watching the game be broken down at such a mechanical and frame-perfect level is extremely entertaining to watch. However, these are, after all, humans inputting commands into a computer, which the tool-assisted program simply executes. It is still a human just telling a computer what to do. The computer just carries out the inputs. A theoretical AI speedrun, on the other hand, would be giving an AI some instructions like reaching the end credits as fast as possible, and it then has to figure out by itself how to get to that point in the best way possible. The way an AI typically works is by simulating millions of scenarios and seeing which actions work and which actions do not work. This is a concept called neuroevolution, where the AI begins knowing nothing but the process of simulation and trial of error of different decisions it makes. It gradually learns what decisions at a given time will help it survive and progress through a game, and what decisions lead to it dying. A great example of this is where a machine learned how to play Super Mario World, where a machine started out playing the game not knowing anything, running into holes and dying, doing random and pointless movements to actually playing the game properly and going through stages. A YouTuber and developer named Seth Bling made a video about this algorithm, which is worth checking.
Das Prosecco and Slopeco. I is to mama. I bidden, stupid. You said bidden?
Now, in short, the computer basically knew nothing about the game, but through the process of trial and error, it became optimized for beating the stage and avoiding death. Figuring out things by itself, like going from left to right, spin jumping away from enemies, is also a good thing too. It didn't take long until it evolved to the point where it could consistently beat the stage. It eliminated its so-called bad genes, which led to Mario dying throughout the stage, and continued the good genes, which led Mario to progressing through the stage. Machine learning AI works quite similar to how evolution in nature works. In this case, it was eliminating the decisions that led to Mario dying and replacing it with the genes that led to Mario getting further into the stage. By itself, it learned that jumping over gaps was a good decision compared to not jumping over gaps, and by itself it learned how the game was played. This process of applying AI to games sometimes has unexpected results. For example, when AI was applied to Tetris, it did something weird. With the goal of not losing, it decided to just pause the game instead of play. According to the AI's logic, if the game is paused forever, it's simply impossible to lose. To the AI, this was the perfect strategy as to not lose at Tetris. And it is technically correct, just not the solution we were expecting. However, so far we have only really spoken about simplistic games. Getting Mario to be beaten by machine learning is cool, cool, but there are more sophisticated and powerful projects that developers have taken on in regards to AI playing games. On the esports side of things, there have been some insane development on AI actually beating professional players in games, from not knowing anything about a game to actually beating real human pro gamers in competitive matches. One of the most insane accomplishments of AI is in Dota 2. Dota 2, similar to League of Legends, is one of the largest MOBA games out there, with many different heroes, abilities, dynamic maps, and so on. You would think a game like this would be a massive struggle for an AI to comprehend. However, this was not the case. A program that was created called OpenAI 5, which was designed to play and win against humans in 5 versus 5 matches in Dota 2. Now, we aren't just talking about a static game like Mario or Tetris here. This AI was designed with real human players in mind, so it needs to factor in a lot more scenarios than just a single-player game. OpenAI simulated millions of matches played against itself to learn what works and what doesn't. This supercomputer plays 180 years worth of games every single day to determine what is the statistical best possible decision at any given moment of the game. The goal was to see if OpenAI could learn how to play Dota 2 at a high level, and it did that and more. It didn't take long before the AI became good at the game. Not just good, but inhumanly good. In a famous exhibition match, OpenAI was scheduled to play against the world champions OG. These were an elite of elite team when it comes to human players, and in front of a crowd, they were playing against the supercomputer with hundreds of thousands of experience in simulated matches against itself. To everybody's shock, OG was crushed. OpenAI dominated in the early game and had an almost supernatural ability of winning team fights with perfect character control and decision making. When I mean supernatural, I do mean supernatural. Check out this clip of OpenAI controlling a crystal maiden about to die, and yet somehow beating the sniper played by OG through some insane movement, literally running in circles and outplaying the pro gamer. Remember, this is just a computer playing that started learning the game basically knowing nothing and just toyed with the championship player while in low health. Honestly, there was a lot of other crazy moments that happened during the showcase match. Something interesting is that the AI was using strategies that were normal, regarded as new mistakes that would never be done in competitive games. Like how the AI was buying back their life after dying, which is normally regarded as a mistake new players make. However, it was a strategy that the AI
disturbed my video,
would also have a funny script where it would say in chat what the probability of winning is, and it would casually drop lines like, "We estimate the probability of winning to be above 99% during the match." Honestly, kind of spooky how confident the AI was, but its confidence was not unfounded. The end result was OG losing to 0-2 to OpenAI. There was even an event where regular players could play against OpenAI and see if they could win themselves, and against the regular Dota 2 players, OpenAI had a win rate of over 99%. So what does this mean for speedrunning? Well, speedrunning is mostly about calculating a route and finding tricks and glitches to get to the end faster. Given the fact that an AI could simulate hundreds of thousands of playthroughs of a game every day, it would be fascinating to see what AI could come up with in terms of speedrunning a game if a developer like OpenAI put their effort into it. Like what we saw with OpenAI and Dota 2, it came up with strategies like buying back lives, which were never believed to be a viable strategy, yet used to great effect. Imagine getting OpenAI to figure out how to beat Minecraft as fast as possible. What interesting routes and tricks could the computer figure out that humans were not able to? Keep in mind that Minecraft is a 10-year-old game, and the world record for beating Minecraft in any percent has gone from over 2 hours to under 15 minutes in those 10 years. OpenAI simulated 180 years of playing Dota 2 every single day. I have no doubt that if a similar process was applied to a single-player game, it would have some very interesting things that can be discovered in terms of glitch hunting and creating speedrunning routes. Typically, the theory that glitch hunting and routing in games are all done by humans who are pretty ingenious in figuring this kind of stuff out. It takes a long time and a lot of effort to discover all the many tricks and glitches used in speedruns.
Oh, I have to go AFK. Okay.
To practice and execute all the strategies well.
Be right back, guys.
It's an unconventional game to speedrun. Speedrunners not only need to skill the game's mechanical aspects, but they also need to think on the spot to beat each randomly generated world in the fastest time possible. In the random C category of Minecraft, you need to be intelligent and think quickly to new information, as no two seeds in Minecraft are the same. That being said, there's been a controversial technique in Minecraft that has gained popularity recently, which has directly led to some of the random C categories of Minecraft being beaten in under 10 minutes. The 10-minute mark was thought to be an impossible barrier, but it's been shattered. In this video, we'll look at the speedrun that will change Minecraft forever. But before we get into it, please subscribe to the channel if you like videos about speedrunning. So Minecraft speedrunning has been very exciting recently. We've seen new records that are just up.
To any large speedrunning community, fake runs are nothing new. But most of the time, when a speedrunner fakes a speedrun, they're an outsider trying to quickly shoot their way to the top. There's been plenty of cases. So, Minecraft is a whole game. This year marking its 11th year of existing. It's come so far with its development and growth as a brand. But the game is gratifying. They're both made to learning audio. This time. It's so general.
actually down to bet $1,000 on this?
1,000.
Yeah, 1,000.
I don't know about that. It's a lot.
Okay, 500.
Alright, no, fine. 1,000. We'll do 1,000.
So I recently got into a Twitter argument with fellow game developer Barge, and what better way to settle these things than with violence? Okay, maybe there's a better solution. Hey, are you busy today?
No, not really. Why?
Okay, good. Click this link.
God, okay. 1 bullet. What does this mean?
Okay, that's our theme. Best Python game wins $1,000. We have 10 hours.
Wait, what?
Go. 1 bullet. The first thing that comes to my mind are the late game levels from Astro Barrier on Club Penguin. You have a very limited number of bullets that you need to use both cleverly and precisely. So I think I'm going to expand on that idea and make a puzzle shooter game. You get 1 bullet per level with the objective of taking out all the enemies. It'll probably have things like walls that bounce your bullet back to you. Kind of a big undertaking for 10 hours, but I think I can pull the read with you can move with the arrow keys and then
They have a shotgun that propels them in the opposite direction to the direction they shoot. Easy enough, right? Well, they'll only have a single bullet, so each time they shoot, they'll have to aim towards a bullet pickup, else they will die, making it a whole lot harder. This wouldn't be difficult enough on its own though, so I'm gonna add falling obstacles from the sky that you'll have to dodge. I got to work on rendering sprites on the screen, pretty much ready.
I mean, here's how it looks in game, but I'm pretty sure still.
I was super proud of this excellent because for a couple of hours beat the player's current position and its velocity. I did use this for the falling obstacle spawning, so I shelved it.
Wait, you can protect yourself, beat some alert at all. How many I modeled it after this towards you, letting you pick it up again with your slingshot, which I think will make for some interesting puzzles. The last thing I want to do is cure these paralytic birds by giving them the ability to move. So I made left-facing and right-facing sprites, which are kind of by birds, using
cement. And then once the player shoots, negate a bullet, and when they hit a power-up, add a bullet and regenerate the power-up. I then added some UI to tell you how many bullets you had left, and that's kind of the finished game. Of course, we still had the falling obstacles to add, but just to be safe, I decided to add a game loop first. So I added a main menu and a restart sequence if you go below the screen.
Start a little more obstacles. Have enough mechanics to actually make good levels. So I'm gonna Android your Ruckman, and there we go.
Nobody wants to watch a time lapse. Can we just please move on? So, then I added the high score, which is just stored in the CSV file in the game directory. Probably not the most secure of things, but oh well, it was literally 2 AM. Finally, I added in sound effects and music, and the game was done.
Alright, I'm actually in a pretty good position with shots you've taken and what level you're on. Here it is in action, and to finish things up, I added a title and end screen and a splash screen. Wait, why doesn't it say Polymars on the splash screen? Well, surprise! This is our special guest expert game developer judge is going to be rating our games. He won't know whose game is whose, and he also won't know about our tiny little bet. That seems like it would be a pretty heavy burden to place on his decision. Check out his channel, he makes awesome videos. Okay, I think we're actually... Okay, thank God this is your actual game.
Bro, who is Cutie Girl Gamers?
Dude, no, that's...
So the bullets you can collect. Bro, you're trash at this. You're literally trash at this.
Okay.
The bullet should be pretty spot on with the boxes, but...
Wait, what happened to your game?
Wait.
It just crashed.
Wait.
Alright, I'm gonna send you my PayPal, dude.
I'm so good at this game. It's unbelievable.
You're popping off right now.
Bro, oh my god, how am I so good at this? Oh! Oh my god.
You got this.
Oh my god, bro. What type of game are you having me play?
Alright, enough of our shenanigans. I think it's time for our special guest, expert special to game to
This game. Line up.
okay, when I shoot, I move, and I limit it open. I can't click on the screen. Should be doing full screen. Oh, no, I'm dead. I can't hit any of the objects. Oh, I can go off screen. Every time. Okay. Yeah, I can't click off screen here, so very easy to get stuck. Oh, yeah, just hit it again. Is this a pie game thing, or it's like hard to make hitboxes work? Okay, I think mechanics I don't think it really works as a, like, endless survival mode. I think this would be funner if it was more like a platformer where you had specific pre-built levels and, like, defined obstacles to overcome that were easy to click off.
Mrs. sent over his gameplay. I asked him to tell us his favorite, and when he sent his response, I waited to open it with Bargy. Alright. This week's show! Let's go! Okay, Bargy told me he sent the money. I just want to quickly verify it. Oh shoot, $1,000 in my balance. Let's go. Wait. Rematch? Wait, what do you mean by rematch?
I'm just proposing, you know, a little rematch. But this time, instead of using the puny Python programming language, you do it in C++.
You think you could beat me if you used C++? Are you joking or something?
Pretty terrible. All of your games have memory leaks. Make the best C++ game, win $1,000. We have 12 hours. Alright.
So,
To check. Let's be real here. I don't think that would be out. Hi, you've reached Polymars. How can I help you today? Yeah, I'm actually his assistant. Do you want me to leave him a message? Look, bud, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I can try and leave him a message or something, but let's be real here. I don't think he's gonna want to talk to someone like you. I mean, no offense or anything, but... So eventually I did get through to Polymars, and we decided we would give a 1-hour grace period to set up our coding environments and to make sure everything was good to go before we started coding. And, that went about as well as you'd expect.
why is this not working?
And with that, we got to work.
Good luck.
The plan is also going to have a randomly spawning node that you must hit by shooting a bullet. There's also going to be meteors that randomly fly around the screen that you've got to dodge. That's pretty much it, so let's get to work. Right, this should actually be architected with it.
Occasional pulse. Hopefully I can have around... Oh, looks like I'm... Well,
Pretty basic for this huge pulse game, which is really it's definitely a step up. The desk also features a child lock, which is great in case you accidentally tap it and it won't move anywhere, or you know, if you have children. And on top of that, it has an anti-collision system which stops it from crushing objects if it gets too close. I genuinely do believe this desk is worth the price, so if you are interested, thanks for letting me give us up this time.
like the... Game works. I'm the... Wait. I have in luckily the legend where it says 30 days planning and all the video is planning. So that's what we have to do next. Let's go to the game and roll videos. Alright, I'm doing that. Why are you planning so cute? What the hell? Like, I don't think planning have to have any right to be this cute. Anyway, we have played right. So this is my boy Earth. Let's put it in the game. So this is I'm done Earth. Earth. Kind of sick.
Alright, decided to get rid of the colors. That's very good. I'm gonna go now. Magic pile.
Damn. And you. Okay.
So place, then it will rotate around with the planet. And this is gonna be the thing that you have to try and hit.
Oh, that's cool. It reminds me of. There's that game where you shoot
reaction time on these black things is a little short sometimes. I feel like the planet should be like, ouch! Arcstar is very simple, but from the sensor of nothing to compare. I don't see anti-aliasing though. That is very nice. And the random stage of the game just need a little more skill to top the tables.
Usually you don't forget mommy to call you.
Here I didn't understand where I
Usually. Usually. Huh? Usually you forget mommy to call you. You forgot mommy to call you?
She still call me?
Yes.
No, she called me for the stuff in my face. Wait,
No,
where's
not
the...
the food and stuff.
No, she already called me. I don't need to come. Where is it? The medicine. Where is it?
That's very interesting. I instantly
He hated the physics. It's over for me, dude.
Genuinely, it could go either way. Okay, I'm
I'm so scared.
who will win the $1,000?
Stop. Stop.
Why did you put that into my hands? I don't know.
Okay, he's got rid of it.
It's getting serious. Oh, man.
First criteria. Oh god! Who has the bigger game window? Because I don't like looking at small game windows.
Yes!
As we can see. UFO definitely is here. Oh, it's
What?
1 point lead.
Why would he do that?
Better voice acting. Which game has the better voice
Let's
acting?
go.
I'm afraid I'll have to give that point to Digmoid Dribble.
Oh, he's trolling us. He's
Dude.
trolling us.
Next category, better space physics. This is a tough one because obviously the topic of this jam was
Space.
outer space. So obviously if outer space is the topic, we gotta judge the space physics.
What do you mean physics? Mine didn't have any physics.
Dude, I think he's gonna pick yours. He was complaining about mine.
Digmoid Drift takes tier.
No! Let's go!
Oh,
Space physics.
sucks, but like the space physics in UFO.
Bro, he didn't say I had to have space physics.
Well, it didn't say it had to have a big window resolution.
Ah, fuck.
Voice acting.
Yeah, true.
None of these points matter.
He's just trolling us.
What do you mean? Wait. He
Better
just said.
hitboxes. Which game has the better hitboxes?
Mine.
Tough decision.
Mine.
Fooled you. Nobody gets the point.
Yes!
All of your hitboxes.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Next one.
Alright, that's not fair.
How long you play a game says a lot about how much you enjoy it.
I could have made my game endless,
Not
bro.
always, but I did play Digmoid Drift for longer. It kept me interested in the games for longer, so that's one more point for Digmoid Drift.
My game is more replayable. It has 7 levels. That's so funny.
Graphics.
What? You have 2 sprites. You have circles and 1 sprite. You have 1 sprite in your game. You literally have like 2 sprites in your game. What?
I don't really like it. I don't like that you can't really see the character.
You idiot.
Oh my god. I spent so much time drawing. Oh my god. Okay, dude, that's literally the Raylift default font.
Okay, yeah, the voice acting.
for the voice acting.
He's gonna give sound to you.
Point for the sound in general definitely needs to go to UFO.
Yes!
You use music from Mix and Jam. What?
All the final category.
Yeah.
This category is just called fun. Which game did I personally enjoy more? And I enjoyed more.
Oh my god.
The winner is. The winner of this jam is.
I hate this. What is this problem? Take a game. Oh my god.
It is.
Oh my god, Judith!
The winner is. The winner is.
As soon as I hear a D sound, I'll be popping
You
off.
really wanna know?